So hello guys, today I'll talk about the very important concept how to locate the object in Selenium because that is very important. Designing a framework, designing a script, all is a one-time job, but locating objects that is very important, and that today we'll discuss about how to locate the object. So if you look at in Selenium, there are different ways to locate the object. These are the ways you can locate the object. You can do by ID, you can do by name, by XPath, by CSS selector, by class name, by tag name, by link text, and by partial link text. Okay, and in fact you have a lot of add-ons to the browser which will give you the object, especially XPath, right? But before using the add-ons, we will try to writing our own XPath, and we will try to use the XPath, and we'll see how XPath will work, right? So in interview they will ask you like what are the ways to look at the object. Please remember this: by ID, by name, by XPath, by CSS selector, by class name, by tag name, by link text, by partial link text. Okay. So I'll start with how to look at the object and how to write the XPath. That is major concept. How to write the XPath, that is very important. To write the XPath, you need to have the attribute value and attribute name, right? To write any XPath, you need to have the attribute value and attribute name. Like what is the attribute value? I mean, what is the attribute name and what is the value for that attribute? So let's say this is my Chrome browser. Just press F12. Okay. If you press F12, you can see the debug mode. Here you will have something called inspect. Click on the inspect. Click on this. Click on this. So if you click on this, see in down you can see that this is nothing but a input box. Type is email, class name is input text, name is email, ID email, and value text index 1. I have to write XPath for this particular HTML. How I will do that? Just what you can do is just open a notepad. Okay. Open a notepad, and in the notepad, how you have to write XPath? See, there are two kind of XPath. One is relative XPath. One is absolute XPath. Right? There is a two kind of XPath. One is relative XPath, and one is absolute XPath. Both I will be teaching you. Absolute XPath means you are going from the parent till the child. Like generally, how it looks like. It will be full page. I mean full page in the sense of, let's say your absolute will be your head, body. You have to write like this. If you write absolute XPath, you have to write head, and then you have to write body. I mean tag by tag you have to write full tag, head, body. Then you have to write div, something like div, then which div, assume the div number 10, you know then slash username, something like that. I mean full path of the HTML, that is called absolute XPath. But generally we don't prefer absolute XPath, we prefer relative XPath. Yes, sometimes we have to write absolute XPath when we don't have any other technique, then we have to write. But we generally deal with relative XPath, right? So absolute XPath is nothing but your full body, HTML, HTML, then body, then div. I mean starting from top to bottom. But we majorly work with the relative XPath. Relative XPath, how to write? See here you can see that generally to write the XPath, you need to identify the unique value, unique data. So how I will write? I will write double slash, that is nothing but your relative path, input square bracket attribute name. What is the attribute name? Here I will take name is equal to single quote, and I will write email. So you can see that here, right? You have name is equal to email. Name is equal to email. So you can take any attribute. This is my first XPath. Similarly, for the same line, I can write input, right, at, and I think class is also unique. I will take class is equal to input text, right? So I can write like this, or I will write one more XPath, input at id is equal to single quote, attribute name and attribute value email, right? So these three XPath I have written for my email or phone of the Facebook. Three XPath I have written. This is my three XPath. Apart from that, sometimes what happen is you will not get any unique data in this particular line, right? Since I'm able to write, because I have attribute name, attribute value for this particular piece of code. I have attribute value and attribute name, so I'm able to write, right? Since I have attribute value, attribute name, I will able to write. But in some scenario, what happens is you don't have attribute value, attribute name to this particular HTML. You don't have ID, you don't have class, you don't have name. Then you can do one more thing. What you can do, you have to look for a object which is unique. You have to look for the object which is unique and which has some attribute data and attribute value. So here, if I look at, see, table cell spacing, this I cannot write. Okay. This T body don't have anything. Okay. Form has ID, right? Form has ID. So I can write like this: double slash form at id is equal to login underscore form. Then I will write uh, relative path. I mean, no, from this relative path I am going down, so I write single slash. Okay, this double slash indicates relative path, single slash, I am going down to the child table t body. See, you have table t body, and there which tr, first tr is this, second tr, right? So slash tr2, second tr slash, inside second tr you have td slash, you have input, right? So this is another way you can write. This is another way you can write. You can write like this also, right? This is also a valid XPath. You can write like this. You can go to the parent where you will have unique data. From there you can come down. Okay, you can go to this form id is equal to login form. Then you have table t body tr2 td and then input. Now, very important, I have written this for XPath for this email or phone. This I need to test whether this is working or not. To test that, go to the console of the Chrome. Okay, just write $x, right? This parenthesis. Inside that, copy this particular piece of XPath. Control C. Okay, just write double quote inside that, the place this XPath. Okay, write double quote inside that, place this one, hit enter. See, you can see that this particular HTML is getting fetched. So once you will hit that, once you click enter button, you will place mouse here. See, your email here, it is getting highlighted, right? This place is getting highlighted. You will place mouse here, it is getting highlighted. Now I will check my second XPath. My second XPath is working or not. Parenthesis, and I will copy my second XPath, that is nothing but this. Inside double quote, I have to write enter. See, this is also working, right? This is also working. This, when I am writing class is equal to input text, this is also working, and when I'll place my mouse here, see, it is fetching. But apart from that, it is also fetching this password, right? So guys, here is one catch. Here is one catch. When I use this class name as XPath, it is fetching my input box. It is fetching my password box also, right? So be careful of this kind of XPath, which means this particular XPath is not good, right? Why it is not good? Because it is pointing to username also, it is pointing to password also. So this particular XPath is not good because you are getting two elements, right? Now I will check my third XPath. X id is equal to email. This I will check. Hit enter. This XPath is correct. It is getting only email or phone here. See, this person will get highlighted. So it is getting only email or phone. Okay, it is getting only email or phone. Right. So this is good. Now I have one more XPath. This one which I have made just to show you, like, okay, we can make like this also. Sometimes when we don't have any unique attribute value and attribute name, so just hit enter. See, I'm getting that unexpected token. Correct. I should get unexpected token because I did mistake. Sorry. Control X, small parenthesis, square bracket, enter. See, this is also somewhere this is wrong. When I'm use this XPath, see, my this one username is also highlighted, password is also highlighting, right? Username is highlighting, password is also highlighting. So which means first two XPath was correct. After that, XPath is not correct. Not correct in the sense of it is pointing to two elements, right? It is pointing to two elements. See here, if I place mouse here, it is pointing to username. Same time, it is pointing to XPath. So this XPath is fetching both your email or your password. Now what we will do? We'll go to the console once again. Sorry, we'll go to the element once again. And here, what I did, I just placed mouse over here. So okay, this is tr. This is tr. Tr had td. It has email or phone number, and this has password, that is nothing but our label. And this tr we have td password, right? So second tr. So what I'll do now is I'll go to the console. Here I will copy this and I will try to make this as a first td and I will click on enter. Now this is fine. Now this is fine. Okay. Now this is fine. When I'm strictly saying that you go to after this form, you go to table tbody tr2 td1. You go for the td1 and then inside that go input. Then it is fetching only username, right? Only username. This was fetching both username and password because td slash input, it was matching for both. It was matching for username, it was matching for password. How it was matching, I will explain you. See, very precisely. What happens is when you are using tr2 is nothing but your this tr. I'll just collapse all that. So you'll understand better. I collapse this, I'll collapse this one also. See, this is your t body, this is your tr1, this is your tr2. So if you'll expand this tr2, you have something called td1, td2, right? And td3. You have three td1, td2, td3. But what I did, when first time I wrote this, I wrote tr2. Okay, I wrote tr2 slash td. Okay, I wrote tr2, so it came till here tr2, and then I am saying that inside that tr2 you get me the value of td input. You get me the value of td, which means it will get this value also. It will get this value also, right? Both the value will get, right? It will get this value also and it will get this value also because both are nothing but td inside tr, right? But when I am saying that you give me the value, you give me the input box of td1, means inside tr2 you go to the td1 and then give me the input. So what is your td1? Td1 is, this is your td1, right? This is your td2. So just to show you what I will do, as of now you have seen, right? This is working. It is giving me the email and phone address. Now what I will do, I will tell him to give me the td2 value, now click enter. See, here I am getting password one, right? Here I am getting password, here I am getting a password, right? So hope this is clear for you guys, and you guys are understanding. Like sometimes what happens is you don't have any attribute and value for this particular line of code, still you can write your xpath. How to write the xpath, right? When you don't have, like let's say you don't have password, this class name, you don't have anything, and you have to write xpath for this. How you will write? To write the xpath, you have to go to the parent label. You have to go to the parent label, and you have to see that where you have unique data. So when I came here, right, I have seen some unique data form, login form. So I went there first, which I have done here. I went there and I took relative, double slash is relative. I'm going to the relative, and then from there I'm coming down table tbody tr2 td input, or table tr2 td1 input, right? This is how you need to write the xpath, right? We will see some more example. We will see some more example to have the better understanding. Now what I will do, I'll click on here, I will go to this first name, I'll click on this first name, right? I want to write the xpath for this first name. I want to write xpath for this first name. So how I will write the xpath for the first name? Very simple. You can see that for this name is equal to first name you have, right? So just write double click, double slash name. No, this is not name. You have to write at name is equal to first first name. And what is the tag for this? So input box. You can see that here, right? It is an input box. So you write input, right? So this is for your first name. Now I would like to write for my mobile number. I would like to write for my mobile number. Come here, click on this. See, you will have something called here. See, can you see that here? Here hardly you have attribute. See, this class, this kind of class you cannot use. Not this kind of class is not trustworthy, so you cannot use this kind of class. Data type, this you cannot use. Yes, you have something called name. This you can use. Placeholder, this kind of ID you cannot use. This is random. A real number mobile. So you have only one thing, that is called name. It is equal to this. So you take this, and you can write this xpath double slash, what is that? Input box. Your attribute name is name is equal to, right? You like that, write like this. And I will do one thing. Assume that even you don't have name for this. Assume that for mobile number you don't have name. In that case, how you will write? Assume that you don't have name also, how you will write? That is very important questions. That is very important questions. How you will write? You don't have. So in that case, what I will do is, I will try to see any data which has standard value. I will try to see the data which has standard value. I can do one thing. I can write like this, hoping that it should work. Input at contains text, comma, mobile number. Hope this should work. This should also work. Okay, I can write input at contains text slash mobile number, because you have this div, right? And then inside that I can go to the input box. So I'll write here div. Here I cannot write input box. I have to write div tag. So I'm just coming one parent, and here I have something called mobile number. contains text, mobile number slash input. Hope this would work. Okay, I will test this. I will test this Xbar. Go to the console right here. H slash input. No, it is not working. It is saying that Divitna is not a valid XPath. It is saying that it's not a valid XPath. Somewhere I have did mistake, I think, while writing. Yes, I did mistake. Maybe. Yesterday it is saying that is not a valid expressions. It's okay. So it is saying that it's not a valid expressions. Not a problem. This we will see like how we can write. But before that, before jumping to that, I will check for this for registration, right? I'll check for the surname. So what I will do, I will write expert double Q. So this is working, right? See, it is fetching your mobile number. So this is working, right? Yeah, if you if you're writing name is equal to registration, you will see this is working, right? This is working, and this contains text is not working because what I'm thinking that this mobile number is not a text. Okay, this mobile number is not a text. That is the reason it is not working. So what I will do, yeah, this mobile number is not a text, so it will not work. So better to explain you, I will take this. I want to write for no mobile number. Okay, so this I think this is text. So just copy this and instead of mobile number I will write this data. Here I will write what is the tag name A, and I don't have input. So I think this should work. Go to the console. Why? Is something I did mistake. Yeah, I did mistake. I didn't supply double quote. I have to supply always double quote. Fail to execute. The string itna is not a valid expression. Contains text, no mobile number. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe something. 1 second, guys. I think I'm missing a data. I think somewhere I'm doing mistake because whenever I'm writing it, somewhere I'm doing mistake. Maybe while writing the locator, I'll be doing mistake. Okay, so it's better to check once the contents locator, like how we write. I think I'm doing mistake. Just 1 second. Contents Selenium. Maybe I'll be doing mistake. Not sure. Somebody writing. No, that's fine. That's what I am writing. Contents text assign it. Yeah, correct. Correct. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yes, 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 yes. I got the doubt. So, what I will do here is, I will go here and I will copy this line once again. I was doing mistake here. Add, I think it is not required. See, you are getting that right? It is pointing here, no mobile number. So this is working. Right, add is not required. You can write here add contains text, no mobile number. Assume that for this mobile number you don't have any any id, name, css, you don't have anything, still you can write xpath by using that. This add contains text is equal to no mobile number, so you have to write like this double slash that this tag name. So your tag name was a, And guys, very important here. See, this particular things, right? You don't have anything proper. Class MRSC cannot use. It's not trustworthy. You have subtitle no mobile number, right? That one you can use. So you use the tag double slash a contains text is equal to no mobile number. So this will work. So remove this. This is not required. And now I will go back to my previous example where I was getting problem. I will copy this once again and I will test that. I will remove this. Okay, so this is, I mean, this Xpath is working, but it is not fetching any data, which means this particular input slash input is not working. So again, we will go there and we will check for that mobile number. So it is mobile number. Yeah, it is a mobile number. Yeah, this is mobile number. So I can do one thing. I can write for this. Assume that I want to write like this input. I mean, I'm just teaching you. There are a lot more ways you can write. Contents parenthesis text slash inside that you can write mobile number, because here div it was div mobile number, and again here also I have mobile number, so I'll better use the down one because I have that mobile number, so I'll use the down one and I will test this one more time. Now again it is not giving me any data. I mean, this XPath is working because it is not throwing any exception, but at the same time I'm not getting any data. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, this text will not work because I think text will work only when if it is present on the UI, otherwise it will not work. Yeah, if it is present on the UI, then only text will work, otherwise the text will not work because I wrote here input contains text mobile number and this is not working, which means it will not work. So this is not a text, maybe this is placeholder. Inside that placeholder it is not a text, it is a placeholder, so this will not work. Try one more time by putting div here. Just I'm going one parent up here, you have div class mobile number. Sorry, so you can try one more time by putting div here. Let's see if this works. Go to the console. Let's, wow, this is working, this is fetching, so this is giving me the data. Super. So if you go one parent up, it is fetching because that is the actual text. It is fetching, and after that what you can do is you can do slash input. I think slash input is not required only. Yeah, it is not required. Just write this and it is fetching. So if you see when I'm placing mouse here, it is working. So guys, the problem was this input. This is the input box. Okay, so this is not a text where you have inside div. So this div has this mobile number, right? So you can just write div and this mobile number. So this is another way you can write XPath. This is also very important. So whenever you have text available on the UI, you can write XPath. In the same way, you will go for this particular line, right? See here, you don't have anything. You don't have class. This class you cannot trust, right? This class you cannot trust. Name you don't have, ID you don't have, CSS you don't have, but still you can write XPath. How you can write XPath? Copy this, Control C. What is this? Div, right? So you can write like this: slash div, sorry, square bracket contains parenthesis text, one more parenthesis, comma, right? Now I will test this. Go to the console. X hit enter. It is saying I will fail to execute evaluate DOM because this is not a valid expression. So, yeah, I know why it is saying, because there is a single quote available in that this, because see it's free, right? And again the single quote, so this is creating confusion. What if I'll keep only this one? Will this work? Yeah, it is working, right? So I'm keeping only partial text. I remove its, because the what happens is the moment I'm putting that its, right? So this single quote, this single quote, this single quote, this single quote, and this single quote, and again this single quote. So it was saying that it's not a valid XPath, right? It was saying that this one, this, right, this single quote, it was not saying XPath. So what I did, since contains, right, it will check for the content particular text. So I'm giving the partial text, free and always will be, right? So I'm giving this partial text and it is working, right? It is fetching me this. When I'll place mouse here, it is getting highlighted here. When I'll place mouse here, it is getting highlighted here. So this is another way. You don't have to write here it's, you can just write, remove this, and this will also work because contents will even will check for the partial text, right? In fact, it will check for the partial text. Even in case of mobile number, what you can do, you can just control C and control V, like you have no mobile number, right? So what I'll do now, I'll remove this question mark. I don't want question mark, and I want to test this whether this will work or not, because I'm giving a partial text at X, and this is double quote enter. Yeah, it's working, right? So even you can write a partial text. So guys, these are the important objects which I have written for this. Okay, this is the important object which I have written for this. I have written for this one for your, this all three for your this email or phone. But this is not good because this was fetching me both email and password. But this two you can write, and this one also, this XPath is not good because it was giving me both email and password. But when I was asking for the specific one by writing td1, right, this was giving me email name. Then this is for the first name of registration. This is for your mobile number, right? And this is for no mobile number. If you want to write, you can write like this, no mobile number. And this is for your, again, this is for mobile number with unique contents, you can write like this. Then again, it's free and always will be, it's free and always will be. For this I have written this XBAR. I remove its because I have shown you, right? Because when I was writing its, this single quote and its single quote was creating problem. Okay, and again I have written for this no mobile number. So for this, right, so I'll be making more video for the XPath, because writing XPath sometimes it's very tricky, and this is very simple one. I have not written even a one single complex one. This is very simple. Okay, so I'll be making more video. At least I'll be making 5-10 videos on XPath, because generally where you will get problem only while writing the XPath, and that is very important. And that's how you have to write the XPath. Yes, there are few tools through that you can directly get the XPath, but that I will teach you later. First you should understand like what is XPath, how to write XPath, right? How many ways. Today I just taught you only two ways, one by using contents, one by using attribute name and value, right? So this is attribute name, this is attribute value, this is attribute name, this is attribute value, this is your attribute name. And once I taught you, assume that you don't have anything to that particular line, so you can go to the parent and you can come down. Like for this mobile number, right, forget about mobile number, this one I didn't have anything, right? uh, it's free and always will be. If you just mouse over here, see, I don't have here anything. I don't have class, I don't have name, I don't have id. But using this text I can write my expert. Using this text I can write my expert, right? Using this text I can write my expert, right? So hope you guys understood this. Okay, and thank you for watching this, right? All the parts, right? If I see, so thank you with the channel more.